LLC, we got another one coming up. So as you know, we're already taking Jamie to court. We got the filing already. They filed it, which means pretty soon we're going to have a court date, and pretty soon he'll be getting served to come to court for slandering our copyrights multiple times. I mean, multiple times, displaying those copyrights over and over and over again, again and again, because he felt that there were no consequences to be hit with. I find out something interesting, a few things interesting about what may go on in that trial, in that court hearing. Well, here's the thing. If he basically say he hit our copyrights one time, right? Then basically he'd be hit with $30,000. But if he willfully intended to do this on purpose, which means it has to show multiple times this was actually displayed, it's not 30,000, it's 150,000 per offense. So if you basically show willfully that you basically went out, took someone's information, their labels, whatever you got, music, whatever, and displayed it over and over and over again and again and again, and basically confronted them. He confronted the author, which is me. I'm the guy who actually developed the cube. So with that being said, this will get you sued. Not only would you get you sued, but it shows proof that by you displaying the same thing over and over again, this is per offense, which means willfully you went out and you did this knowing about this action. But with that being said, it may be transferred from the penalty may be transferred from 30 to 150,000. Now we have a second one we're filing against Jamie. When Jamie went in and put on his Wix account, which this is why we got lawsuits, right? A lawsuit being filed against Wix. Right here, this is the emblem that he used on his account to slander our company. And this particular name has copyright attached to it. I'm going to show you in his account. This is what is showing up on our end when we look at this, how it comes up on Google, how it slanders our company. So let's go over to Jamie's account here. Let me see. Let's go over to, let me see. We got to pull over to Crow's site. So the site we're going to right now is Crow's site, fellow by name of Jamie Fernando Gonzalez. He is the fellow that we are suing due to copyright infringement. And this is multiple offenses against our company, stating that our company's a scam site, that we rob, we steal from people, don't buy from us, stuff like that. Just going in and just taking our copyrights and redesign them the way he wants to. I also made several statements that our artwork that we had filed is considered to be his, was his work. So he was laying claim to our work. So let's go over here real quick. I'm going to pop over to his site. Keep in mind, he has a bit of a nasty temper, so he does get quite rowdy. But all this, everything he's doing right now, anything he does, it's going to be in court. Anything he does is going to be in court. So be careful. Learn to carry yourself right. Anything you say, anything you do will be in court. And I mean, if anything pops up, anything. So, Jamie, we're going to be filing another lawsuit against you. And I'll show you why. This is why you're getting hit with another lawsuit. Now, you can remove this if you want, but keep in mind we already have it on record. All right, do you see this right here? See that right there? You see that name? That's my company's name that has a fresh copyright attached to it. You slandered my company. You said, don't get Black Series Edition scam. Let me show you something, how it shows up on Google. Man, I'm telling you, this is not going to go well for you. You got more money, we're going to get you again. You see right here? I'm going to tell you right now, it's bad. It's better than what I thought it was. He's not getting hit with 30,000. He's getting hit with 150,000 per offense because it's willfully. It's bad. It's really bad. All right, so let me show you. We went into, let me see what site over here to get this at. Okay, we're at on this one right here. We go. You see how it comes up on Google? See how it says, don't get scammed? Look what comes up at the bottom. Your information. Your information, including your container of paint in stock on your website, connected to Wix, because keep in mind, Wix, we call a lawyer today, Wix is getting sued for millions of dollars because Wix allowed for Crow to continue to display our copyrighted materials, even after we went to Wix over 13 times and sent them documents of a case being filed with docket number attached to it, our copyright government information, and multiple upon multiple pictures showing their logo next to a person that actually does business with Wix, I myself also too, using our copyright material with scammer over top of it, don't buy, stuff like all kinds of nasty stuff. And including that, even the emails that are connected to Wix business account, which I get, he also gets, showing 140 emails with some of the most disturbing stuff that I didn't read any of most of these things, some were pretty bad, he was sending over to us. So what Wix did was they allowed another Wix user to go in and take copyright material off their account and use it to slander another person's account on their own site. Do you know how bad that is? How bad that sounds in court? That's extremely bad. Now, under Wix guideline, and I have a document from you, Wix, where basically you send me a document saying that you have no control over that situation. That's not what it says in your policy. In your policy, it strictly says that you prohibit that kind of behavior, and if any account is caught with a substantial amount of evidence, the account is automatically terminated, which you failed to do after we received multiple excuses. And then I did send you a letter clearly telling you that if the account wasn't moved within a certain amount of time, we would file a class action lawsuit, which you did not do. Now you send me letters of apologies. Well, they fall on deaf ears, my friend, because we're going to sue you for a lot of money. A lot of money. I mean, millions of dollars. Millions of dollars I'm going to sue you for because we gave you the opportunity. Now, any other site we call, any other site, they're down just like that. As long as we can show that information that it's legit, they'll take the site down. Other than that, Wix didn't do it. So I'm already transferring my accounts to GoDaddy, where I'm going to be going out and doing business at from now on, and I'll be leaving Wix for good because we're filing a lawsuit against them. Now, getting back to you, Jamie. Do you see that right there, Jamie? This is how you come up on Google. So that shows how you slandered my company. Not only do we have evidence of you taking our copyrighted material and drawing, doing whatever you want to do with it, defiling my work, but we also have your information right underneath of it as the person who did it. You're not smart too much, are you, buddy boy? You don't think with a full, he doesn't operate with a full deck. And then if you go to the website, here it is, sitting right on the website. So next week, I'll be meeting up with my attorneys. We're going to civil court this time. This is where you're going to have to get an attorney. So we're going to sue you for a great deal of money. Again, this is the second lawsuit. And then after that, I'll be going back down to City Hall in this area down here, and I'll be filing another lawsuit against you for basically tampering with a batch number. Yeah, that's still going to happen. That's a $12,000 lawsuit. So it's not going to go well for you. This guy, like, unbelievable. Somebody had, and thank you for the person who pointed that out. Somebody came in, look, he don't learn. Told you. Jamie can't learn. He's already done. He's finished. This is Jamie's way of trying to be tough. But the sad thing about it is this man has a family at the end of the day. Doesn't even care. So, again, this is just more information we just submit to him. Keep in mind, he has to go before a judge, and he has to explain to them at the end of the day why he did what he did, and he's going to have to explain why he claims he can do whatever he wants to do. So you're not convincing me at the end of the day. You're going to have to convince the judge. We all know how copyrights work, people. You don't touch things. Oh, he says stop. You don't own it. So I don't own the name to none of these at all. So those copyrights, all that's fake. See what I mean? Look. I don't own it. So if I go to copyrights right now, and I type in my company's name, nothing comes up. I don't own it. So my registration, all that, the seal, that's all fake. Keep in mind, Jamie, how things work in the real world. I'm going to explain to you how they work. When you submit those documents to the Copyright Office, they have to look over all that paperwork. And they have to decide if there's enough evidence there to take this to court. Now, in order for them to take this to court, you would have to have a legit, real copyright. It had to be registered with the government in order for them to take it to the next step. The fact that you have a filing date and I have a filing date showing that the case was filed clearly shows that the copyrights are legit and there's enough evidence to take you to court. So that's it. Open and done. I know you live in this make-believe world where you feel that you can do whatever you want at the end of the day and there's no consequences, but there is. So again, that's how it works in the real world, and Jamie does not understand. So Jamie, I will see you in court again, if there's anything left of you by the time we take you back in again. So let me show you what Jamie did wrong here. So I've been looking over this, and I'm trying to figure out how they're going to tally this up. They're talking about per offense. So that means that, say you can sue up to, I say, $30,000, right? Well, that's $30,000 for one offense, one. But say someone takes your copyright and they use it multiple times. How does that work? Then that comes up to be willfully. See what it means? Because you intended to do it. Per work. So truthfully, you're going to have to pay Mr. Bird 15 times, well, let's make it 16 now because you put that other nonsense up. Let's see, let's go with 15 to be nice. 15 times, oops, wrong machine, we're always on the wrong machine. 15 times, ooh, this is gonna be bad, $150,000. You don't even have $150,000. You do know you got to pay that, right? I hope you know that. Did you ever seen the copyrights that pop up back in the day when you have a VCR and it was bootleg? And it would say if a person was caught, they could be sued up to $500,000 per offense. Which means every time you make a duplicate copy of that same work over and over and over again, you're sued for $150,000 or $30,000 or $250,000 per copy. So every time you displayed a copy of my work, that was a $30,000 lawsuit. But when I was reading more into it, and the attorney was pointing out to me, he says, no, you're wrong on that. And I'm thinking, how am I wrong? He says, no, if he willfully did it, if his intentions were to do it on purpose, then it goes to $150,000 per offense. So the reason why Jamie's acting that way, because he's afraid. He's very afraid. He's very nervous. I guarantee that his day has been nothing but stomach flies, nothing but, what do you call it, butterflies in his stomach all day. But he has to put on this tough show, like he's tough, like he's not afraid, but he is afraid. He doesn't understand in the next couple of days, as we get closer to this court date that they're going to bring up, there's someone coming to his house. And that person, like I said, is going to be there every day. And they may change up because they have to serve him. They have to put a document in his hand and tell him that he's being sued and he has to appear in court. And they're going to be relentless. And you know what that's going to cause him? He's going to cause him to go into paranoia because now he can't work. He can't go to work because there's somebody watching him. You can't go out to eat. There's somebody watching you. You can't even drop off packages for your customers because there's somebody watching you. Unless you're going to take it like a man and wait for that person to come up and serve you, and I'll see you in court. So, is he going to win? Oh, heck no, he's not going to win. He's going to definitely lose miserably. It's just too much evidence. So, kind of a damned if you do and damned if you don't. Now, like I said, I would advise, we're going to file the second one on you tomorrow. I'm going to go file the second one on tomorrow. I'm going to go down. It should be easy because we already have a trial coming up already. So this should be easy to transition to go through. It'll be our second one going through with him. And the copyright we have is fresh. It's a brand new copyright. So that'll be pretty easy to go through. The rest of them should be no problem because now it'll show a record of you basically touching our company and getting sued multiple times. So the rest of them will be easy wins at the end of the day. That what do you call it? The one we have for the batch number, that's a cakewalk. That's an easy win because they're going to go back and they're going to check and see if you have any previous prior convictions where basically you've actually attacked my company for these same particular incidents, and it's going to come up multiple times that you have had copyright violations filed against you. So it is going to be an open shut case every time we take you to court. Easy. Because you're just known for doing it. It's like a person who has a history of being a bank robber. Every time he goes into court, if anything pops up, he's automatically going to jail. You're a potential bank robber. Like, why would I believe anything that comes out of your mouth? Everything you have here literally says bank robber. So no matter what defense you get, it's not going to help you. You're going to have a track record of these copyrights. Now, keep in mind, for the rest of them that we haven't got a chance to prosecute yet, you are going to go through the same process. We're going to show you what we're going to do to Jamie, which is going to happen to you. And then when everything's settled done, we got your money, we got whatever we need from you at the end of the day, and we got a nice fat record on you, then we're going to bring all of you in court together and file a conspiracy charge, showing that all of y'all conspired together to basically try to tear down my work, my company, try to destroy it. And that's when I ask for jail time. This is why I bring in the big dogs, the big lawyers, the ones that pay a lot of money for it. Those guys are designed to go in and get you heavy jail time. It's all a plan. We work everything out. It's all a plan. It's another way how, like, put it this way, if you're taking someone to court, you have to have a strategy on how you're going to basically prosecute them. So we're going to build cases on you. There's no way around it when you've got previous charges on you all the time. You know what I mean? It's easier for a person who commits a crime one time than a person who commits a crime multiple times to get out of a situation. So they have been copying key information from these individuals, them talking together, them having these little chats back and forth, communications and all that stuff. Clearly will show at the end of the day that all these parties were basically directed toward me to try to damage my company, but you guys all know each other, so you work together. That's conspiracy. Whew, it's going to be a bad year for you guys, a very, very bad year. And this is why I'm waiting till the last minute to bring in the big dogs. Because those attorneys that I hire are designed to give you jail time. And they're good. They're extremely good at what they do. Don't worry, I can pay for them. I'll just take the money I sue you. That's what I'm using. I'm not touching my money at the end of the day. No, heck no. I'm going to pay them with the money I'm taking from you. You're going to pay for my attorneys to put you in jail. Isn't that beautiful? Bro, I tell you something. I told you at the end of the day, don't play around with me at the end of the day. I'm going to use your own money to hire my attorneys to sue you, and then you're going to pay for the court costs. Oh, well, that's it. Jamie, we'll see you in court again the second time around. This is another lawsuit we filed against you for slander. And yes, Jamie, that's slander and copyright infringements. Because, again, it shows right there on Google of basically our company's name and basically with your name of your company underneath of it, or you know, a company underneath of it. All of it's right there. Oh, by the way, when we get in court, we will be bringing up taxes and also to that whole Frankenstein thing about the royalties not being paid out, and also to the fact that you don't have a license to sell in the state of California. Yeah. All right. Got to go, people. And Jamie will be seeing you soon. Gee whiz, this guy never gets